So allegedly there is trouble within the Mouse House. Feige and Iger are clashing on the direction for the X-Men movie. So Disney wants big money, big blockbuster. I mean, I guess both of them want big money, but they want a Disney, Bob Iger side of things, allegedly want to make it more of a blockbuster, $1 billion hit, that type of deal. Whereas allegedly Feige wants to make it more of a low-key social commentary, I guess, and then obviously hope that the blockbuster follows, because people are just enthralled with the social commentary behind X-Men. X-Men has always had a social commentary, just as an FYI. By the sounds of it, Feige has it right, but probably not in the way that he would want to do it. But yeah, X-Men always had a social commentary behind it. But like I said, probably not in the way that Feige wants to do it now anyway, with the way things are. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you are new here, guys. Do turn those bell notifications on. So new rumours suggest a behind-the-scenes battle is apparently underway. And that's again all to do with X-Men. So Kevin Feige and Bob Iger are reportedly at odds over the tone and focus of the upcoming film. So according to an insider cited by X-user Main Middleman and reported by Cosmic Book News, the creative clash may determine whether Marvel's mutants return as ideological avatars or as crowd-pleasing box office titans. But again, if Disney was smart, you would be able to do both. There is actually no reason why you can't do both. It's just that these idiots don't understand that the sort of ideology that they're pushing is repugnant to most people. So here's the statement anyway. Feige wanted a more grounded X-Men story with a plot that really focused on social issues and disagreements about what it means to be a mutant. That it does actually just sound like X-Men. X-Men versus the Brotherhood of Mutants, Magneto, that sort of thing. That does actually just sound like that. He wanted a powerful, dramatic movie that really showed what the X-Men were all about, with the Brotherhood of Mutants as the bad guys. That sounds textbook X-Men to me. I don't know about you, but it does. That doesn't mean that I have faith that they would be able to do it right, though, given how terrible they've been lately. It says here. But that's not what Iger and Disney want. Aware of the poor performance of more restrained films, especially the disappointing box office results for Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts recently, the script has been requested to focus on a great event film to get a wider audience attention. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I think people are actually a bit sick of it. Just like Marvel in general. Loads of people cite Deadpool and Wolverine as, I guess evidence that Marvel is not done. But you got to remember that film is predicated on people liking Deadpool and Wolverine, and also it's all centered around a goodbye for the 20th Century Fox characters. So, well, the universe anyway. I think people are just a bit sick of this stuff now. I don't know. I definitely feel like there's an apathy setting in. Certainly not the event films that they ever used to be. I used to call them water cooler movies. They were movies that you'd have to watch. You had to watch them because first thing Monday morning in the office around the water cooler, people would want to talk about it. So they were a water cooler movie. So at the centre of the Feige X-Men debate is the vision for what this new era of mutants should represent, apparently. So Feige, who's overseen the MCU since its inception, fat chance of, well, it's not exactly a guarantee for quality anyway, allegedly pushed for a more grounded, socially charged story about mutant identity, prejudice, and the philosophical rift between the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants. That does sound like textbook X-Men. I just don't believe that they have it in them to do it without being weird about it these days. So the concept will follow in the footsteps of many recent Marvel offerings that leaned heavily into contemporary political metaphors and social themes. Yeah, lame. But Iger, facing mounting pressure from shareholders due to diminished MCU box office returns, appears to be pushing in a different direction. After a string of box office disappointments including the Marvels, Quantumania, Thunderbolts, Captain America Brave New World, Disney's top brass is reportedly demanding a return to high-stakes, high-octane event films designed to reignite mass audience interest. No. No, I do actually just think the interest has now waned. I do genuinely just think it's that. So this echoes recent history. Under Iger's renewed leadership, Disney has slashed underperforming Disney Plus content, cut Marvel's release slate, and shifted focus back to theatrical blockbusters after admitting that audiences have grown weary of content for content's sake. Or anything that they make is content for content's sake. Iger has already proven he's willing to course correct, getting Chapek's distribution model, cancelling greenlit projects, and firing executives like Victoria Alonso after public missteps. I would say that they're doing that more just a scapegoat, but fine. So the rumoured conflict also mirrors the success of Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, both of which delivered major returns by prioritising fan service and franchise nostalgia over social commentary. It's no surprise that Iger reportedly wants the X-Men to follow that winning formula rather than risk another niche-focused flop. True. Fair. Casting speculation is equally chaotic. Reports have floated names like Cynthia Erivo for Storm. Lame. Daniel Day-Lewis as Magneto. I can't imagine he'd sign on for that. Genuinely. If Daniel Day-Lewis signed on for Magneto, he's only in it for one film and he's passing the mantle on. Like, he's not going to be around forever. No way. Just no way. Bryan Cranston as Professor X. That'd be a good get. Bryan Cranston as Professor X. I like that. Even Patrick Schwarzenegger as Cyclops. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad cast. It's unclear how serious any of these contenders are, but Feige is said to be considering black actors for both Professor X and Magneto as well, because of course he is. Why the hell would he not? And another possible point of divergence from prior interpretations. Yeah. Look, it is what it is. Trouble behind the scenes, though, is always music to my ears, because it means that someone somewhere has noticed things are not going right. That's the thing that you need to keep in mind here when it comes to trouble behind the scenes. Someone somewhere, whether it's Feige, Iger, or someone else, someone somewhere has clocked. They have awoken the fact that things are not what they should be. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is nothing but a good thing. Because, one, we could always laugh at it if it just comes disastrous outcome from it all. Or, alternatively, we end up with better product. So then we can rejoice and bask in its glory. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Would love to hear it. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.